Hi guys, it's Kate. I'm back. It's been like a year or two since I've made a video like this. So I've lived in LA for a year and a half, and here are top 10 things I wish I had known before moving. So number one is dating in LA is
non-existent.
and here's why. Because everybody comes here in their 20s and 30s and they're all super focused on their career, and nobody's looking to date, nobody's looking to get wifed up, nobody's looking to settle down, get married and have kids. Like, that is just not part of the LA culture. And that's why you see people that are still in their 40s, they're not even thinking about settling down. Meanwhile, all my friends in Florida are already married, pregnant, have kids, have a mortgage. In LA, that's just not part of the culture. That's just not part of the lifestyle. People don't even date here, let alone get married. Number two is traffic is part of the culture. And when I moved to LA, I thought, if you're moving 5 miles per hour, that's because there's a car accident. That's never the case. That's because that's how fast the cars are moving here on a highway. So when somebody spends 3 hours to commute to work, that's considered normal. Number three is calling 911 does not necessarily mean the police are going to show up. Because growing up in Florida, you call 911 and they show up within 5-10 minutes. Here, I've heard
Horror stories.
so there's even been a crazy story when someone's car ran into my friend's house through her living room and the cops didn't even come. Police just said, "Oh, is your house insured? Well, why don't you just take it out with insurance instead?" Number four is there's this thing called seasonal fires. These fires are insane. Starting July 1st, all the grass is to be cut, and that's when a lot of fires unfortunately begin. There's been so many times when I've seen fires on a hike. That's pretty insane to me. And I'm not even counting all the fires that started during 4th of July. Number five is the promoter culture. If you're a pretty girl in LA, you're in luck, because you get everything for free. That includes free dinners, free Ubers, free trips, free flights, free hotels, free everything. There's even been times when I've been paid to go to have a dinner. And that is crazy, because the way it works is the promoters get hired to bring pretty girls into clubs, dinners, trips, and the trips are completely free, and all you have to do is just show up, and you can bring a friend. I'll say that some promoters in LA are better than others. You have to weed out the bad ones. I have some suggestions too if you guys want to know. Like, there's literally jobs that will pay you to do that. It's called atmosphere model. Also, most of these trips that are free, you get to go on a private jet, so it's kind of like a win-win. Number six is your Instagram. Your Instagram is basically your driver's license. It's basically your LinkedIn. It's basically your resume. That is how you get invited to all those fun parties with celebs. That's how you get invited to all those trips on private jets. And that's how you can get hired for photo shoots, being an atmosphere model, and get paid to look pretty and just stand there. So I know a lot of you are probably thinking, oh, I don't have a lot of followers. It doesn't work like that.
No, the followers is not what counts.
What counts is your account needs to be public and not private, because these promoters that invite people on trips, yachts, jets, they look at your Instagram. And if your account is private, they can't really look at you and can't really get a vibe of what kind of person you are. Also, if you go to any party in LA, they will ask you for your Instagram. So you have to submit it there, and that is how you get invited. Your acceptance to a party depends on your Instagram. But having more followers definitely helps you to get into more exclusive parties. Number seven is overpriced real estate. Again, coming from Florida, where all the real estate is new, nice, on the water with pretty palm trees, and then coming to California, where these houses are tiny, old, look gross, forgotten, overgrown with weeds, look like they're on their last breath. And those houses cost 5 times what they cost in Florida. None of my friends have been able to buy a house because the houses here start at 1 million and up, which means everybody here rents, and deposits here for homes are insane. So in order to move into this place, we had to put down $10,000 deposit. So if you are thinking about moving to California, make sure you have a big lump sum of money ready for a deposit to rent. Also, since real estate in California and LA are so expensive, people even in their 30s and even 40s still rent. Like, I have friends who are 40, over 40, who still rent. That's what you get if you want to live in the city of dreams. Also, a fun fact is that everybody here has a roommate, and I mean everybody. Number eight is, that's not eight. Number 8 is that everybody in LA is a dreamer. Like at least half of LA is somehow involved in the entertainment industry, which means that they're either writers, actors, directors, producers, singers, one of those. Everybody in LA is very creative and everybody in LA is dreaming of making it big. So that's why everybody's putting up with these high costs of living and low wages, because everybody here is hoping that their investment is going to pay off and all they need is that one break. In LA, people are struggling, people want to make it big, and people want to succeed. Number 9 is being in movies does not necessarily mean that you're going to be rich. I have worked on over 100 different movies and I'm not rich. I'm nowhere near that. In fact, when you work on movies, they pay you minimum wage, which is $16 in California, which is not great. And that is why most of the actors have at least 2 to 3 jobs. And being an actor in LA is so difficult because often these auditions are in the middle of the day. And if you have a regular 9 to 5 jobs, you can't make it to auditions, but you also need to have a job in order to afford living in LA. And now, especially with writer strikes and actor strikes going on, all the actors and actresses have had to find other jobs, and being an actor is becoming harder than it's ever been before. Number 10 is celebrities are not special in LA. LA has so many powerful and famous and influential people that being a celebrity is not special here. Being and working in LA, I've been so fortunate to meet and work with so many people that I grew up watching. For example, Leonardo DiCaprio, Seth Rogen, Reese Witherspoon, Eddie Murphy, G-Eazy. Like the list just goes on, and there's so much talent in this city, but those are also the people that you are competing against if you're thinking of moving here for the entertainment industry. And what's crazy is that these celebrities in LA are not celebrities. And what I mean by that is when they go out to eat, they don't get approached. Nobody is talking to them. Nobody is taking photos with them. When it was my first 6 months in LA, I was so excited to meet famous people. I was starstruck and I kept taking so many pictures. But then after about 6 months, you kind of just get used to it. And then it's honestly difficult because a lot of TikTokers and a lot of rising stars come in LA and they get humbled really quickly because nobody cares who they are. Nobody talks to them. Like I've been at the club with Leo and G-Eazy, and you would think that these girls would be throwing themselves at them, but they literally are not. Like nobody is talking to them, and I'm just standing there watching this whole thing go down, thinking like, how does no one care who they are? But literally in LA, nobody cares. In LA, you do run into the same people over and over again. So the key is just don't look like a fan. So fun fact, when paparazzi get called, usually it's that person calling the paparazzi on themselves, because nobody in LA would call paparazzi on them. Alright, so that's it. I hope you liked the video. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, share. What else is there? Oh, that rhymed. Hopefully I'll upload my next video in less than 2 years. Thanks. Bye. Ooh, also forgot to ask, comment below which fun fact or which number surprised you the most.